A small family funeral here. Let's get married again. Let's pause the game real quick. Do we have anybody that's eligible to give me good traits? Oh, there we go. Oh, wait. Well, you know, I guess what we could do, technically, is we can marry our niece. We could be like the Targaryens here. Hopefully, they don't end up with, like, Down syndrome. But let's go ahead and do it. How old are you? Oh, you're age 0. Let's not do that. That's going to take forever. I actually really want some more children here. Let's go. So you're 23. You look pretty good. Let's do that. Oh, man. I don't want to do that. That's too much. Fine. Why am I getting this huge? Because it's just a random courtier. Okay. Very well. So random courtiers. I think we're just going to have to take the prestige hit. I think that's just the way it's going to have to go because I don't have enough vassals here to actually start marrying myself to them. We want to spend enough to do that. It's going to be a small affair. So we're now married to... Hey, look at that. Princess Missandei. I wonder if this is actually supposed to be the Missandei that goes with Daenerys. Wouldn't that be pretty spectacular? I'd actually have to probably go through the character finder and find out if there's other Missandeis in the game besides my misspelled daughter, but alright, we want some entertainment for my feast here. So it looks like this is my funeral feast. Is there anything else I can do that's pretty cool? Charity work's good. Okay, well, we don't really need to have this big eulogy here. Nobody cares. She was only alive for a couple years. You did poop out a couple kids, which is going to help me out. But otherwise, we're going to gain some purity. Boy, at the rate that we're accruing the purity here, I should have almost taken the Paragon of Virtue. How do I want to educate my daughter? Since you're my firstborn daughter, let's have her be good with numbers. Okay, so let's have you a very good tutor. Because even though she's my firstborn daughter, she's still relatively minor. I have a son here who is my official heir, but in case he croaks, it'll go to her by default. Unless, of course, Missandei here, wants to start providing me with some new chillins. Let's take a look at laws. It's been a while since I've updated that, so we have to wait until for another, 5 years? Very well. We absolutely do not want to change the inheritance laws. They're set to something perfect. One of these games, or one of these days, when I'm playing vanilla, I'd actually like to do a Cathar run and do absolute... What is it? Agnatic? Yeah, absolute agnatic. Excuse me, absolute cognatic, where it's only females, and have just a strong dynasty line of women that are taking the helm of the empire. Sabotaged. All right. I'm not sure what that actually does. Let's see here. So sabotaging it, I'm wondering if that is exactly what this is, or let's take a look at our counselors. What does that do actually? Sabotage province. It doesn't actually say what it does. I'm assuming it's probably giving it this local revolt risk, which is okay. Rather it be something else, but whatever. I don't remember. Let's see here. I actually, since I'm looking at my province in the base game, if there's a little icon here, you're part of the Silk Road. I don't remember if there's a equivalent to that in this game. Okay, so we get some money. Excellent. So there is. What are we calling this stuff here? It's just trade route. Alright, so it's only in Essos. One would think that the trade routes wouldn't stop here, that they would eventually flow into here, and then obviously take the King's Road and whatnot. But I can understand why the mod devs wouldn't want that, because I think it would probably make Westeros a little bit too powerful. Because provinces that sit on the trade route or Silk Road or whatever, they get more tax income. When you're making that money, you start improving your household, your holdings. Oops. What do you got? A child lacks a guardian. Okay. We want... So what you normally want to do with these sorts of things, if it's your direct heir, you want to be the one that educates that child. But if it's somebody else, you want somebody else because you get this this positive opinion modifier. But not only that, if they have some pretty awesome traits, or if they have this the rank of the skill that you want and the focus that you want, it'd be a good idea to do it that way. So what we're gonna do here is, I think I'm just gonna do myself. Unless the mod devs change it, you can have up to 2 wards, I believe. Maybe it's more in this game, I'm not sure, or in this mod. So it looks like we're going to need to switch to carousing, back to carousing again, because when you go on carousing, you get a small chance every time you go partying to get rid of the stress trait. And it also works the same way if you're depressed. If you have the awful depressed trait, you can go and drinking and partying, and that improves your mood, and you have a chance of not having that. So the good part about us owning one of these islands is that you have these strait crossings. So instead of me having play with child, we want you to be charitable. Okay. So anyways, so once I raise my levy, if I wanted to attack one of these islands, I can just land them on my island, and then just take the strait crossing penalty to the dome. That's the only unfortunate part, but I believe the strait crossing penalty is less than the disembark penalty. So for instance, when we were taking over the Isle of Flies here, and our troops were landing on it, they got a huge malice to all of their stats and whatnot because they were disembarking from ships. And I believe the strait crossing it's still pretty bad. It's still pretty detrimental, but it's less than the disembarking. Is responding well to my tuition. Okay, so it looks like our Maester, our court physician, is the one that's actually giving her tutelage. So she gains 2 stewardship. You know what'll be terrible is Missandei, because I misspelled it. You know, she gets all the great traits, and then when Sonny Boy here becomes of age, he gets all the bad traits. Aluhu has some new ideas in direct contrast to your previous orders. Stubborn or Wroth, I don't want to do that. Man, we're losing prestige. We need the prestige, so we're just going to have to roll with it. We got Stubborn. That's pretty terrible. Pretty sure learning in this game doesn't do anything, just because there's no technology tab. Okay, bad news of Naath. Looks like we get some more troubles to our levy. He will be educated with numbers. We want the best possible. Absolutely. So, is it... Can we... Okay, we can assign a guardian. We are going to do, obviously, myself here. So that's kind of a little of a bit of a pain in the ass. The child turns 5, and then you have to decide on their education. But you can't assign them a guardian until they hit 6 years old. What the hell? So our heir here is an ugly bastard. Hopefully, down the line, we're going to start getting some geniuses in our realm. Or at least some quick people. Our friend Rubio has died. He's just a random courtier. We don't really care, but this will give us a little bit more purity. And unfortunately, see, if we give him a funeral, we're only going to get those 4 options that all cost money. And I actually really want to save up money so we can improve our holdings. So just a small private funeral will do it. Miss Sandai is pregnant. Great. Okay, so we need a new commander here. So we have my court physician. We don't want you. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go into intrigue here. Employ a new courtier. We want a sellsword. You are great. Look at this. Look at this guy. You are not going to be a commander. You are actually so damn good that we are... Oh, man. Uluhuru is our Marshal. That's going to piss him off if I take him off my council. But that's too damn bad. We got a guy here with 20 Marshal who's not going to fail me, hopefully, when it comes to training my troops. So let's go back down to the commander slot. So Uluhuru actually could be my spy master and probably should be my spy master. I should have went through this and looked at this originally, but that's okay. Let's see here. Normally, if I see double digits in one of these departments at the start of the game, I try to keep them as is, because you don't really start out with... I mean, if you start off small, you don't have a lot of vassals to choose from or a lot of courtiers to choose from. So I generally try to keep it. Unless you get somebody that's like lower than 10, then it's time to look. And I believe what I said before about the Marshal score and assigning commanders, I think it pretty much works the same way in your council positions, where you really want a base of 8, at least 8. Okay, so we want you to go over here and sabotage these guys. And let's see here, we need a new commander. So we need to actually buy another commander here. Oh, we can't do it for a while. When do we actually lose that? So where is the updated, or where's the how long? I believe it used to be that you would have a little modifier here saying that you recently employed a new courtier, and then once that went away, you had to do another one. But I don't know where they put that information now. Okay, so never again will I hear. Okay, so this is my friend. We don't want that. And let's get drunk. Join the table by an equally intoxicated man. It takes me a few minutes to realize, but it surely must be Eskender. Yes. Yeah, you're married to my sis. Hell yeah, man. Let's drink it up. Let's get crunk in the club. It's too bad that the lice, this island down here, I don't believe we can colonize that. I think if we went into the religion tab, yes, that is just for show. It's too bad. Wouldn't mind actually having the option of colonizing that, even though it's called the lice. Just levy reinforcements. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how long it takes to actually get another courtier. It's not giving me information here in the tooltip, unfortunately. All right, so this must be for our son here. Yes, we want you to be under my wing. So we need another commander here. I'm really reluctant to hire to actually place any of these other guys on here, because 2 of them are on our council, and we absolutely don't want that. And I don't want some schmuck here with a level 5 Marshal score. So I'm just going to kind of roll with it for the time being. We've got 3 commanders, which is fine. But I guess I need to... Alright, so we're flourishing. So I don't remember exactly what the time it was when we stopped going to war, when that war finished, when we signed our little peace deal. But if I took that mission to see the realm prosper, we would have gotten a little bit more of a bonus here. But nonetheless, we still get some goodies here, which is excellent. We're going to go and set this to actually pop up when I'm able to do it again, which is now. Okay, so it looks like Chetaya, my daughter here, was born and died. And please don't become depressed. It sucks when you're depressed and stressed. So let's get a new courtier here. We want a sellsword. This guy is pretty awesome, but we're going to take the intrigue option, pop-up option off. because we don't need to hire anybody else. Great. When you start making some money, you can actually start scrolling through that option to hire a bunch of sellswords and then eventually get yourself a siege leader to help you out. Yes, we want her to be patient. Absolutely. So we're only stressed. That's good. Let's see here. Okay. So let's actually take a look at this. Arrange a betrothal to somebody with something here, please. What happened to my niece? There we go. We're going to marry these two people together. My niece to my son. It's all good in that hood. We're probably going to be ending up with some, like some mongoloid babies here. You know, like they're going to come out as just some big wad of flesh that are ugly and they're inbred. Okay, so he gets 2 learning. I actually probably should Google that at some point to find out what the learning skill does in this mod, considering there's no technology. Okay, so Iluhuru, we're just going to call you Ilu from now on. You have a bastard daughter. Can we legitimize her? Is that possible? No. Okay. So he has been sleeping around. Okay, so my maester here is a cynic. We want plot power. Absolute. Strange. I wonder why they got rid of that title. It used to say, actually, maester, but now it's just court physician. I wonder if that has anything to do with when, what was it, the Reaper's Due expansion came out, and they actually put in court physicians in the game. I wonder if it has anything to do with that. I'm wondering why they couldn't rename it back to Maester, though. We want you to be patient. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. I hired a court physician. He's right here. He's only 30 years old, but the game is telling me that I need to recruit another one. Alright, so my wife is pregnant again. Let's go back to intrigue. We're going to turn the court physician off. We'll get a little pop-up here saying in case he dies, in which case I'll know to recruit another one. Huh. Okay, so we lost prospering. Left my court to the Principality of Naath, which is my Naath. The Isle of Flies. Might need to change some of these. I was sitting there thinking about this after I watched my first 2 Let's Play videos. Is that it's kind of boring. We've got Naath, City of Naath, and Temple of Naath. And while that is really simple and really easy to deal with, it's not very interesting. I was actually thinking about renaming these things to something else, but we'll explore that option down the road. I think I might actually end up renaming some of these islands here. I don't know if I really want to have the Isle of Flies in my empire. Not the most prestigious of titles. So what are you guys? You guys are a mutiny army. Must be their revolt. Isle of Flies are quite apart and spread out. Your spy master Iluhu suggests investing in a provincial messenger system. Absolutely. So we get some prestige, we lose some gold, messenger stations, supply limit. Yes, absolutely. What is our supply limit now? We have 30,000. So why is it when the pirates controlled it, it was only a supply limit of 1,000? Lusala. Sure. Alright, so we have 5 children now. Wow. Okay, so that's pretty amazing. So if you have 5 children and they all died of being a stillbirth, you still get, it still counts as having 5 children. So if you took that ambition, it still counts. That's actually pretty interesting. I did not know that. All right, so I have the option to fall in love. Can I actually, let's take a look at this. Yeah, so we're going to change back to carousing. We're going to go back to falling in love in an attempt to fall in love with our new wife, Miss Andai, and hopefully get rid of this god-awful stress trait. So we're going to do that. We're going to send out invites to... we want her to be zealous. So we want to send out all of our carousing invites. Let's go party, people! Alright, so wifey says yes. I'm hoping everybody else says yes. Alright. Nobody said no. That's a good sign. The other good thing about going carousing, too, is that while you're preparing for a small feast, you do get this monthly modifier for prestige. And we absolutely need prestige. Okay, so looks like my daughter here, Miss Sendai, has gained 2 diplomacy. We get a new courtier. It must have... there we go, baby. Here we go. This is what you're looking for right here. Leads from the rear. Okay, that's fine. But he's a siege leader. So when we go to war, instead of waiting for the siege progress to slowly tick down, this is going to actually improve upon it a lot. He's got a martial score of 10, which definitely beats out one of these guys. So he's my friend, and he's just some random courtier. So we're going to replace you with this awesome siege leader. He's only 29. As a matter of fact, let's get you married to somebody in my realm here. Oh, look at that. My daughter is attractive. Excellent. So what are we looking for here? So you are a marshal dude. Actually, you're not the one I wanted. Where are you? A siege leader guy. There we go. Okay, let's get married. Let's marry you off to somebody with a high... Okay, you're only 24. Let's do it. And what about my friend here? My other... Okay. Let's have you get married to somebody. So you're a renowned... Or you're a mystic. Okay, let's have you get married to that lady. Let's see here. Okay, you are coming into my court. So my latest daughter, Lusala here, is attractive, and this is one of the traits that can be passed down. So we want to keep that absolutely in my bloodline. But you are 0 years old. We don't want to marry you off to anybody that's a little too much older. Could do my nephew. Yeah, what the hell? Let's keep it all in my family. I'll get a little bit of prestige if I live long enough to see this marriage actually come to be. And I'm only 26, so I've got a while before my guy croaks. Mission to improve my good name has succeeded. Okay, let's look at my vassals here. So vassals are paying me money. We're actually making some pretty damn good money for the start for only owning 2 different provinces. So this is the event that I was talking about before, where we play a board game. And I have the chance, if I didn't already take the socializer trait, I would have the option after this event, I'd have the option to becoming, I think, an apprentice board gamer or aspiring board gamer. So we want the prestige. Normally I would take the money. All right, so... Wait, so I still get it? I still get the thing? Okay, so it's a minor trait. But I still get it. See, there we go. 30% chance of losing stressed. Let's give it a go. We did not lose stress, but we did get some prestige from that. It's been a while, so we're going to hard save the game here. And I think I'm going to take a short break and come back and continue on. So I will see you in the next episode, and I'll be right back.